What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, another interesting video for you here on the channel. Today is my Smackdown review for the most recent episode of Smackdown, May 10th to be exact. I'm recording this 11 technically minutes after Smackdown. So yeah, let's get started, and I'm excited to talk about the Smackdown. I think it was an interesting episode. Let's just get started. The first thing we're going to be talking about is the women's division for Queen of the Ring finally getting announced for SmackDown. Raw already got announced. This was interesting. I do think that some of these matchups are crazy matchups. Naomi and Nia Jax, crazy matchup. Cargill and Piper Niven, we'll talk about them. Belair and Candice LeRae, yikes. Not yikes, actually, like a match, but just like you already know who's going to win. The biggest thing I want to talk about here that reason why this is getting started before anything else was the fact that the match that Belair and LeRae were supposed to go against, whoever goes up next, was a mystery match, which I thought was going to get announced during the SmackDown, like not before, like right before. It was interesting to see that Michin, I always mispronounce her name because of the one tire company, whatever. I always Michelin. For some reason, it just switches in my head. And then Tiffany Stratton got kind of announced to be a match in here, which they've already gone against. Tiffany Stratton have already beat Michin again. And I'm kind of shocked by this, only in the fact that I thought an NXT star would be in here, like how the rest have gone for every single other matchup in every brand, Queen and King of the Ring. The biggest person, of course, I think everyone's going to say is Blair Davenport, because of the fact that she was like one of the only women's NXT stars drafted to SmackDown and was actually like announced like in the picks. So I thought she would go. I thought Tiffany Stratton was going to be announced as one of the mystery people. Also because Tiffany Stratton was is so big, and I think Tiffany Stratton deserved to be in here. Yeah, but I'm shocked to see Michin here, especially when it came to all the things she's been doing for NXT right now. And it looks like she's going to do more probably with the North American title, so we'll see. Now we finally go into the actual show with Cody's opening statement on his next challenger. And I'm not going to lie, I really thought Nick Aldis was going to say we have your challenger already picked. We already know who you're going against, and has to be up to credit with you, whatever. And that's why it is going to be the winner of the King of the Ring tournament or something like that, which wouldn't have made any sense because of the King of the Ring tournament, it goes on during the actual day of the challenger thing. And then what I thought they could have done was do it like that. But to hear the sound of, hey, yo, and to see Logan Paul, I was confused in most ways because, one, Logan Paul already has a title on him. Two, Logan Paul in the same, I'm pretty sure, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. It was Clash of the Castle. Clash of the Castle, right? Last year? Was Clash of the Castle last year? I can't remember. He was in Saudi. I just remember that. Literally last year with Roman Reigns. So it's kind of funny with that. But him saying the Logan Paul Levesque era was insanely wild. That was a bar. Tell me that was not a bar. But Logan Paul spits out some facts saying he's the longest reigning championship right now. And he is. He's actually it. You can look it up. That is true. But he also has 2 defenses. Not really amazing. But are they really about to give Cody a 2 championship kind of reign? Is he about to have the U.S. championship title as well? I'm kind of confused on the fact of how this is about to happen, because I know he would. It's sounding like it is also for the U.S. championship, so whoever wins gets both of the titles. And yes, they're going to make Cody a Grand Slam winner, and that is good. Don't get me wrong. But the fact is that I think they're maybe you could have done that later on in life, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Logan Paul, though, makes sense for him to go against him in Saudi Arabia. The fact is, Logan Paul is one of the biggest business people for them, and I'm not saying this, But I think we could see that Saudi has a lot of moolah. Up next, we have Naomi going against Nia Jackson. Kind of looking at this, going to this match, yes, this was a fire match. And it was actually a really good match. But going to here, I knew Nia Jax was going to win. It's for someone to go from Raw to SmackDown, you have to establish them as a big player in that brand and cannot show that they are just somebody there now. And you have to protect Nia Jax in some way. Could this be with an interference or something? I don't think that was going to happen at all. She just joined there. There wasn't anything there. So when Nia Jax was going there, I immediately knew Nia Jax would win. But the minute she got thrown from the top rope, I really thought there was a chance Naomi was going to win. And I love Naomi, man. She deserves her flowers. It sucks to see her lose. But this was still a great match. This match also showed how strong Nia Jax is and showed her capabilities of in the ring work for them. And it was well worth it. And I think a very, very good matchup. And we're going to probably see some spectacular matchups next week too with this. Up next, we have Carmelo versus Baron Corbin. Honestly, a very good match. Really showed the talent of both these wrestlers. Kind of protected Corbin in a way. I'm not going to lie. This was also with my King of the Ring predictions that you should check out immediately. I said there's no way Carmelo Hayes is going to be the loser of somebody that was in the supplementary draft when Carmelo was drafted so high. And guess what happened? Same thing happened. And guess what Carmelo Hayes even called Baron Corbin out for? Being someone that wasn't even looked at as drafted, where it was the after credits for it. Insane pool, but I even said it myself, so I can't say yo, Carmelo Hayes needs chill. But yeah, they silently kind of protected Corbin in the way that it wasn't just a regular win where it looked like Carmelo Hayes was going to shoot and he don't miss and see it if they got the little leg drop type of ordeal going on. But instead it was like a cradle, kind of roll up in a way where, Corbin was kind of shocked that he lost, and it made Carmelo Hayes show that he is somebody that is slick and sly and can easily just win in a second. It also showed the talent of this. I said this earlier, but the talent of both of them. Corbin looked amazing in this. Carmelo had some moves too, but the win ultimately went to Carmelo, and I think it was somewhat protects Corbin and gives Carmelo still the win that he needed. Up next, we had Jade Cargill versus Piper Niven, and this is another great matchup that I think made sense why these two needed to go against each other. I actually was happy to see that these two went against each other out of probably everyone. Most excited. I guess other than Nia Jax and Naomi, this was another match I was probably the most excited for because, Piper allows Jade to show her pure strength. There's a reason why we all had that crazy wow moment in Royal Rumble when Jade Cargill lifted up Nia Jax. It's something like this as well. And while Piper can grow and show her talents to Jade Cargill, Jade Cargill was going to win this match for sure. But Piper, she had a great fight. I think this was a great match, honestly. I'm actually, I didn't know, was this a move? Was it always called the Jaded move for Jade Cargill? I feel like it was called something else, and they just said that you're going to get jaded, and now it's Jaded, which I don't know how I feel about that. That seems like a little crazy. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, jaded. Ew, what? But I am worried a little bit about Jade Cargill because maybe she was overplaying it. This happened every time. I remember I was watching Elimination Chamber with Randy Orton this year, and he had this huge thing with his back, holding his back, and I actually thought there for a second Randy Orton is injured. But instead, it looked like it was more of a, faked it, of course, whatever. Is Jade Cargill faking this back injury thing? Because she kept selling it, kept holding her back, kept holding it a lot during the match, and then after kept holding it. And it was right after lifting Piper Niven and doing her move on. I don't know. Is her back okay? Because that's a big worry if it's not. The injury bug cannot get Jade Cargill. Up next, we have Bianca Belair versus Candice LeRae. And if you saw this match, you immediately knew that, of course, this is Bianca Belair to lose. The only way she could lose is if there was interference or people just did not want her to. But if Bianca would have lost this. I don't think I would ever allow WWE to book again. It was an okay match. It was just something that I expected, something that was fast and kind of good, but wasn't amazing in any sort of way. The whole one leg kind of storyline was very interesting. I actually liked it a little better, but it's kind of funny to say Candice LeRae got destroyed by somebody that literally had a one leg the entire match. Like, come on, man. Up next, we're going to be talking about the Solo Sikoa promo with Paul Heyman. This was an amazing promo, let me say this, by Solo Sikoa. I really liked this promo, and it kind of gives us intel on the bloodline, what's happening. Because supposedly, Solo Sikoa, did I say Solo Sikoa earlier? I think I said Solo Sikoa earlier. Solo has supposedly talked to Roman Reigns. That's what I'm trying to say. Which is insane that if this was true, but that motherfucker is lying. There's no shot this guy is talking to Roman Reigns, and he is now told that he's officially the leader of the bloodline. To Paul, he also says that Paul Heyman's going to be Solo Sikoa's wise man. Like, this just got to be capped. Tell me how this is real. Tell me how this is real. I'm calling it right now. That when he said this is Tribal Chief's orders, that's The Rock. The Rock is going to come back and is going to say, I am the Tribal Chief because Roman didn't whatever. I think when Roman Reigns comes back is when Solo Sikoa puts his hands on Paul Heyman and actually tries to fight Paul Heyman. Something's going to happen like that where he's going to be screaming at Paul Heyman. Roman Reigns is going to come back. That's what's going to happen. I'm calling it now. But it's going to be involved with the Tribal Chief, a.k.a. The Rock. Immediately after that promo, we had Angelo Dawkins versus Tama Tonga. First solo match for Tama Tonga. This was originally the match for Bobby Lashley, but due to the injury bug that feels like it's getting everyone at this point, it is now Angelo Dawkins who is in the mix. Tama Tonga's intro, not that bad. I've seen a lot of people think this is amazing, the intro, whatever. Def Rebel cooked for this one. I feel like it was okay. I don't feel like it was horrible. I just feel like it's a good theme. Not great, not amazing, just good. And that's good enough for me. But it's a Def Rebel theme. It still kind of reminds me of a Death Rebel theme, and I don't know how I feel about it. But I actually thought for a second Angelo Dawkins was going to pull away with the win when he hits Solo Sikoa, goes crazy, hits. I'm trying to remember the move he hit on Tama Tonga, but now I'm forgetting it. But it was good for a second, and then of course Montez Ford gains one spiked by Solo, and of course Angelo gets distracted. Tama Tonga takes advantage. Tama Tonga wins. But this is a good way to still hide Tama Tonga in the solo one side of things, not Solo Sikoa, the solo side of things. Giving them the ability, for him to just do a finish with distraction helps hide that if they are trying to not let him go on this crazy ones run, having the ability to, be a distraction for something outside the ring and then a roll up or something like a, finisher right there helps it and makes it honestly work for Tama Tonga and WWE. And finally, the main event of the night, AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. Let me first say that the France influence is crazy. Hearing the crowd sing voices is obviously a France influence to one of the best crowds we have ever seen. I'm actually very interested to see if this is going to be a new thing that keeps going and going and going. I could see it because Randy Orton does have that energy around the whole globe of people that he is that guy. But are we going to just, keep on seeing this? We'll have to see. The beginning half of this match was really just Randy Orton, and I was like, something's going to happen where it's a full-on change, and that something was a knee hit by AJ where he targeted the knee for the whole entire match after that. And then all of a sudden, during all these different moves, all these different sets, whatever, AJ Styles looked like he's going to try and put him away. And immediately Randy Orton gets out of it, hits him with RKO and wins. I thought this was an amazing match. Of course, it's two legends going at it. It's going to be good. I actually thought the end that I thought they were hinting to with the first time when they were about to do phenomenal forearm and it didn't happen, and then instead Randy Orton kind of just hit the rope. I thought it was going to be a phenomenal forearm into an RKO, and then Randy Orton wins. Didn't happen. Kind of sad that it didn't happen. I feel like we've seen that before though. No, we saw that at the Royal Rumble, huh? We did, right? I don't remember, but still a great match of two legends. But let's see how far Randy goes, because I feel like they're hinting at a bloodline interference in some way for this tournament. Welcome back to our Uncle Howdy update for the week. I guess not the week, every show now, because if it was for the week, it would have been, Raw. I would have done it first. But this one actually, I think this video was probably one of the better videos out of them all. First, it's a link that goes to the WWE page regularly where they played the intro where there's kind of glitches. The first glitch happens on Forever, which very interesting. I thought there would maybe be in the background some Bray Wyatt thing that happens. Didn't happen. I actually thought there was going to also be maybe like an outline figure of Uncle Howdy in some way, like with the stars. Didn't happen. I don't think there was anything, honestly, when it came to like the stars edit, whatever that might be. But I do like how they stick on the words together forever, together forever, together forever. Trying to hint that, this is a family, which we finally see the save things, what the save, not save, what the, first like cave thing that we, saw back in the day where it was like that image of a random cave, whatever. Stuff is kind of like intertwining. Stuff is kind of growing together. Where we're now seeing they put us in the cave. Interesting enough, this is probably going to be a reference that I think they're going to be talking about like heavily, where, they were put in the cave is actually talking about they were shelved. We weren't needed. Them talking about always we weren't needed. I think it's just going to overall talk about how once Bray Wyatt was kind of done at the first time, everyone else was kind of shelved. No one else was needed anymore. But now with Bray Wyatt when he first came back, but sadly, passed away, now people want him. And it's going to be, I think, a theme that you're going to take like, well, why didn't you want us back then? Why do you want us now? All because someone has left us, someone from our family has left us. Now you want him to come back, but he's already gone. I think there's going to be some kind of theme with that where it kind of grows onto, really, kind of give them the, not image, give them the, oh gosh, what's the word? Just really pull on our heartstrings and really like give them a good reason on why there may be this, not maybe evil, just scary group that's like, you did not want us, you did not want any of us, but now the minute that Bray Wyatt is gone, now you want us back. And really just play upon that while also being very gentle with Bray Wyatt's work and growing his legacy. But that brings me to them talking about they will now follow the prophecy he wrote and saying the words of the red, which this could be two things. One, the first thing that I thought of was the words of the red. Maybe they're trying to hint at Raw in some way where, often Raw is known as the red brand. But this is actually the second thing I think of when I see this is more likely this is just talking about the words of Bray Wyatt, where, he used to say there was a quote I think he said a while back that it was like, he was the color red in a world of black and white. Talking about how people always see in black and white, where he's saying, I see in red, I see, he's super creative. I think this is, of course, them saying that they're going to continue Bray's legacy. Then it finished with only my family, which, of course, hinting at the family aspect where we have a huge faction coming close. I'm excited to see where this family things leads. But yeah, Uncle Howdy update for Smackdown part whatever it might be. And last, we have the matches for next week. First is going to be the signing with Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul. I'm excited to see what happens with this signing, what's going to go on with that. Pretty easy. We have Randy Orton now versus Carmelo Hayes. That's going to be a great match. That's going to really help Carmelo Hayes for the future. We have LA Knight or Santos Escobar versus Tama Tonga. Interesting enough, on a house show. Whoever decided LA Knight and Santos Escobar needs to be on a house show, kind of crazy, but I guess again, this is going to try and get people to come to those house shows. Same with Michin and Tiffany Stratton on a house show. Sucks to see that, especially when they tried to do this. I thought they were going to do a mystery match and then announce it during the match, like just introduce them and see how it goes. But I guess maybe it's called a mystery match because they didn't decide who was going to be on the house show yet. We have Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax, which is going to be a banger. I know Tiffany Stratton's going to go against Bianca Belair. Let's be for real here. And if that does happen, would they give Bianca maybe the main event, or would they give maybe one of the guys up top, like Orton and Carmelo? I actually hope it's the one main event I actually want is Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax, because that was a match that we've probably all wanted when it came to the Royal Rumble when Nia Jax eliminated Jade Cargill. But they didn't go that route because instead Nia Jax was still going after Rhea Ripley. But I hope that's the main event. It's going to be good. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this SmackDown down in the comments below. Thank you guys for 700 subs. I can also say that. It means a lot to me on the channel. It means a lot to us on the channel. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.